Thank you so much. So I'm going to start out with a little story. One day, I was having lunch with this young musician who also really has a passion for theater, and he had kind of contacted me out of the blue, and we're sitting and talking about, musical theater, and he has this vision of kind of new wave musicals, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. I would see that, sure. And then we go our separate ways, and I don't really think that much about it. Well, a couple months later, I find out that after that meeting, he had put his music projects, which had really been up and coming, on hold and really recommitted and focused himself to this idea of this musical. And I was like, I had just met him. Like, who does that after you just meet somebody? And I'm reflecting and I'm like, what did I say? I don't remember really saying anything that profound or significant. And it occurred to me that what I had said to him was, yes, that sounds cool. And I hadn't questioned him. I think it's very interesting that I was invited here to speak on innovation because at its core, Fringe doesn't do anything new. We're a platform for work that's already happening and bubbling underneath the surface of the city. All we do is just give it an outlet to be here. The people who submit to the Fringe Festival have these ideas and we just help them realize them. Now, the thing about our approach that I suspect landed us here today is how we do that. We have taken this idea of using the word yes and the concept of yes in a radical way. We have taken ourselves and given ourselves the rule that we have to say yes, no matter what the project is. Even when it's scary, even when it's easier to say no. And the thing about this attitude is the thing we have to shift is our metric for success. So we have to step back and say, okay, we're not going to assess things based on how much money they're going to make, or who has the proposal, or what it's about. The people who come to us with ideas to produce shows in the Fringe Festival have their reasons to make a commitment to creating these small creative miracles. And the challenge that we have for ourselves is to look at what are their values? What are their metrics for success? How do we challenge ourselves to reframe our worldviews and our paradigms to stand in their shoes and support them with their values and not make judgments on them? And sometimes that's really easy. Like having lunch with someone and saying, yeah, I think your idea sounds cool, and not really dissecting and breaking down and just saying, yeah, I like that idea too. But sometimes it's really, really, really hard and scary when someone has questionable content to their work, when someone has ideas that are different than yours. It's a huge risk. It's a huge risk. But that risk is imperative because you never know what you close off when you say no to someone. But you do know that when you say yes to someone, you open up to ideas that defy your own. So we get criticized a lot for this approach and for this way that we go about doing things. And I recognize that it is different and that this isn't the only way to produce a theater festival. I know that. But it's the choice that we've made. And we've made that choice because of the niche that we see that we feel needs to be met in our city, in our current cultural climate. We think that this is what we're here for. And I also know, that I'm the new kid on the block. I know that my attitudes and visions will and should probably change over time. But for now, this experiment of saying yes in a radical way has been so valuable. And we've been so surprised with these completely unexpected treasures that just eke out of the woodwork. It's been so dignified. And honestly, I haven't really been given a good enough answer to start saying no. Thank you so much.